right, good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday night. We are live on Ken's 5 for another weather forecast. For the next 15 or 20 minutes, we'll talk all things weather here on Ken's 5. If you have any questions about traveling, anything regarding the weather, climate, tropics, we'll dive into that. We have Hurricane Oscar out in the Atlantic right now. Not going to be a threat to land for us, but anywhere towards Cuba, maybe the Bahamas, that's where it's expected to have impacts later this week. Mostly clear on this Sunday night, and temperatures were in the 80s today. It was overall a beautiful day. A little warmer than normal, but overall very comfortable, but very dry. Now, we did see a few clouds and a few showers west of San Antonio today, and even the last couple days. Saturday morning saw a few showers around San Antonio. It was very isolated, but there was rain around. But the airport specifically has only picked up on a few sprinkles, nothing measurable so far for October 2024. And it hasn't been since early September. That's the last time we picked up measurable rain here in San Antonio. So it's been one of the driest Octobers ever. Right now we're ranked first and driest just before 1952. Third place is 1898, and you can see it just goes down and down and down to some of the driest Octobers on record. So if we don't get any rain, this month could go down in history as one of the driest Octobers ever. Now, 4 to 5 days from now, I think we'll be reaching the 90s, like 90, 91, 92. And it looks like we'll be trading off, the nice comfortable weather with more warm, hot, and drier weather. And most of the nation, very similar. It looks like high pressures are going to be pretty much in control anywhere from California to the East Coast. Everyone's going to be underneath a very similar weather pattern. And a lot warmer than today. Today's high, 87. Normal is 81. Today's record was set back last year of 94. Today's sunset was 6:58, so we are now below and earlier than 7 o'clock for sunset. Right now, temperatures are hitting 76 degrees. East winds at 6 miles an hour. Humidity is not bad. And depending on where you're at, it's a pretty big difference in temperatures from, let's say, Cotulla, 83 to LaGrange at 66. Cloud cover, and of course the humidity plays a huge role in the temperature. The farther south you are, you can see it's a little warmer south of Highway 90, 83 at Pearsall, and similar numbers across our southwestern areas. Tonight's forecast, 70 at midnight, and then I think overnight lows should bottom out around 62 tomorrow morning. So is that cold? No, but it's a little chilly, so maybe a light jacket for 7, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then after about, let's say, 10 and 11, we're warming up pretty quickly. Highs near 88 tomorrow for your Monday. Normal is 81, so it will be a warm day, but not terrible. Tomorrow morning, there may be a few sprinkles or showers towards Del Rio. A little bit of morning cloud cover building in off that south and southeast wind. But overall, pretty quiet across Texas. Nothing in regarding storm systems or anything severe is in the forecast. And remember, it's October, and it has been pretty dry lately. Susan, any rain? No, not unfortunately not. It looks like it'll be very, very dry for the next 4 to 5 days at least. A lot could change, by next weekend, but we'll keep up to date on that, and we'll show you the 14-day in a second. But right now, it looks to be mainly dry for the foreseeable future. Hurricane Oscar, a Category 1, making landfall in Cuba later on tonight. And then it'll reemerge offshore, move to the north, and kind of make that U-turn towards the Caribbean islands and out into the Atlantic. So these tracks where you see, storms moving in off the east and then start to move farther north, they bend. And that's what typically happens in October and November. Because yes, hurricane season goes through November 30th. However, with this in place, what happens is these storms interact with winds from the west, from the Rockies, from Mexico, and that jet stream helps kind of transport and push these storms back out in the Atlantic over open water. So main takeaway, hurricane season is not as active in late October, early November, and if things do form, if a named storm does develop, most of it pushes out back at the sea. But right now, Hurricane Oscar, a Category 1, and should downgrade to a tropical storm as it makes landfall tonight, but then moving back out to the Atlantic by later this week. In the meantime, here's the 14-day. Today was 87. Tomorrow, a degree warmer, but the morning temperature is very comfortable, lower 60s. 89 Tuesday, 91 Wednesday and Thursday, and then 88 to 89 Saturday and Sunday next weekend. So Fairly warm, a lot like today. Most days will be rinse and repeat. Very carbon copy weather pattern we're in, where high pressure's out west, doesn't really lead to any rain, any significant storm systems moving in our direction, keeps us fairly dry in our part of Texas. There may be a couple of stray showers by that following Monday and Tuesday, but right now just not looking all that impressive. Halloween, maybe one of the warmest on record. We're looking at highs, daytime temperatures in the 80s, but trick-or-treat time should be comfortable as you get your kids out, friends and family going, and then through the neighborhood. Temperature should probably be in the 70s by trick-or-treat time by Halloween evening. Hopefully things can change by then. Hopefully we get another cold front moving through, but right now, next 7 to 10 days looks to be above average, highs in the upper 80s. That's most days going forward until something changes. Until some of our models signal otherwise, but right now looks to be mostly sunny and fairly warm for the next 7 to 10 days and through 14 days as well. Yeah, so first Sunday of November is daylight saving time. That's ending. It ends on daylight saving time ends on November 3rd, technically. The night of November 2nd, but the morning of November 3rd. That's when daylight saving time ends, and days feel a lot shorter. That's when sunset's a lot closer to like 5:45. So yeah, we're not too far from that, a couple weeks away from the end of daylight saving time. And then hopefully some colder weather is in store for the first couple weeks of November. We're hoping for that. Yeah, absolutely, Sonia. Thank you very much. And you're welcome, Terry. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, we changed our clocks on the first Sunday of November, which is November 3rd. So that Sunday at the very end of the 14-day, that is the end of daylight saving time. We fall back an hour. Days are feeling shorter by that time. And they're already feeling shorter with sunset around 6:58 today, but by November 3rd, that's when sunset will be a lot closer to 5:45, 5:30. So keep that in mind. If you have any more questions, we have more details on the forecast on the KENS 5 app. We have local meteorologists always providing constant, consistent updates daily on the changing weather. Obviously, as you can see, not much changes in our forecast this week, but as we go into November and December, stronger storm systems form. Cold fronts move in our direction more often, more frequently, and when you have the KENS 5 app, you can always have the latest from our KENS 5 weather team. But that's it for the forecast, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night and have a great week ahead. Terry, when is it going to get cold? Not anytime soon. The mornings will feel comfortable, Terry, but the daytime highs are in the upper 80s, right around 90 every single day going forward. Hopefully by the first week of November, that's when maybe things change, but right now, things look pretty stagnant, very dry, and very warm. Highs this time of year is like, the average is 80 to 81. Instead, most days this upcoming week will be about 10 degrees above that. So more summer-like heat, unfortunately. Thankfully humidity won't be that bad, and we're not approaching 100, but still 89, 90, 91 is still pretty hot for October standards. Okay, guys, we'll see you on KENS 5 News at 10 in about 40 minutes. Tune in to CBS for another look at weather, local news, sports, everything you need to know. Download the KENS 5 app, and we'll leave it on the forecast a little longer. Have a wonderful Sunday night, I should say, and get ready for another warm week ahead. Mornings trending right around in the 60s and highs right around 90.